Welcome back to the studio. Tonight we are going to do a quick tutorial, paint a nice little Christmas tree card. I've got my cardstock here, I've got my palette of paints, I've got my snow, aka white gouache, and a couple of paint brushes, just a big fat brush and a bristly brush we're going to use for some splatter. And let's get ready to go. So I'm going to get my palette out. Actually, I think I'm going to put it on that side since I'm going to be focusing mainly on the blues. And I'm just going to mix up a color here. I think I'm going to use phthalo blue, just a little bit of phthalo blue. I don't need too much. I'm going to put that on the card in kind of a block area. Kind of a block. It's going to end up being exactly a block. Let's see. Right here. And I just want to paint that down, just down to my horizon line, wherever that's going to be. I think that's going to be right about there. And just fill that in. Just a nice block of color. There we go. And then I'm going to take just a touch of cerulean blue. I want that to be really light. Nice, soupy, watery mix. I'm just going to touch it on the bottom of that and pull it down, almost to the bottom of my card. Just about like that. So I've made a big triangle right on my card. There we go. Now I need to let this dry just a second. Okay, we're back. I dried off my picture, my painting so far, my card. I had to set it on the space heater to dry it off a little bit. Okay, so I've got mostly what we need here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of sap green. There we go. A little bit of sap green, just like that, and I'm going to put a little bit of French ultramarine in it just to cool that down a little bit. I'm going to get it really nice on my brush, and again, I'm just using a regular old flat brush. This one doesn't even have a brand name on it. I don't know what this one is. And I'm going to mark off a tree trunk right there. There we go. Just pull that down to start. Here it is. And just with the tip of my brush, the very edges, I'm just going to touch. I got a little big. I'm just going to touch and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way down to this line. I need to get a little bit more paint in there. There we go. There's one tree. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to change my color in my palette just ever so slightly. I'm going to do that by adding a little bit of green to it. And I'm going to come right over to here. Maybe this tree's not quite as tall. I'm going to start it off with its trunk right there. Then just tap and go back and forth, back and forth. Whoops, got a little heavy right there. That's fine. There you go. And I'm going to put another one over here, just like this. And just let your brush dance back and forth. There's no right and no wrong to the way these trees are going to look. If you need to get that, I want to get this middle one just a little thicker in here. I'm going to put just an extra little dab of green in there. There we go. To me, that looks pretty good. They come right down to this line, and now you're going, what the heck am I going to do in that line? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back into my cerulean blue, get a thicker mix, and I'm just going to pull it on a little bit of snow. I'm going to grab right on the bottom of these trees, just like that, and pull down make a couple of lines like that. And there you go. You've got some snow. Your painting is just about done. I'm going to let this dry for one more second, and we're going to come back and finish this one up. Okay, here we are. We're back, and believe it or not, we are almost done with this. I'm going to get my snow out, my white gouache. I'll put a little bit in this pan, and I've got a brush here that's really got some pretty stiff bristles in it. All I'm going to do is wet my gouache. Mine is pretty dried out because I don't use white a whole lot. But I'm going to wet that and just give this a good flick. Just put it on your fingers and send it on its way. All of a sudden we've got snow on our painting. Now it is white gouache, and just like watercolors, gouache will fade a little bit when it dries. I also not only got to splatter my picture, I splattered my whole desk everywhere here, and I found that if I clean it up right away, it cleans up a lot easier. Now what I was saying is white gouache is just like white watercolors. It's going to dry a little bit lighter than you see it now, so you might want to go back and do this again. If you don't, you can sign it just the way it is. There's my signature, and you've got a cute little Christmas card done in no time. A couple of nice pine trees sitting out on a nice evening. What could be better than that? So there you go. A nice little holiday greeting card you can send to a friend, family, neighbor, relative, whoever, I don't know. Anyways, that's all I've got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Quick, easy holiday card. See you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.